every Monday, rain or shine, St Laurence's church holds an open table for people who are in need of a hot meal. And Betty and her husband Rob are prime movers. And I think, Betty, you had the idea in the first place, didn't you?
Yes, I did, although I suppose really it wasn't my idea to do something like this. I'd heard that United Reformed Church were already doing it, and walking round in the area one day I thought, well, if they're doing it, why can't we?
And so, Rob, how does open table actually work?
Anybody really could use the facilities. Didn't care if they were homeless or not. Everybody was welcome in. I used to go down most times to the open table, and you could call me a bouncer, because I used to go in there and make sure they behaved themselves. And I must say, 90% of people who were in there were well behaved.
It really was. The thinking behind when it started was aimed mostly at, or probably totally, at people who needed somewhere to eat in the warm. And at the beginning we did have more people who were homeless. Moving on several years, COVID changed the whole setup.
So it's fewer homeless and more families?
I think so. Since then, we're catering for more people than we did. So the space isn't big enough. So we are in church.
And the nice thing I think about people coming into church, it is warm and it is friendly.
What do they get when they come?
Well, it's always been 2 courses from day one. We were catering for between 20 and 25 initially. We're now catering for 40. We don't very often actually serve meals to 40 people, but quite a few people take takeaways, don't they?
Yeah.
As well. If there's anything left, anybody who wants one can take a takeaway.
For the future, are there any plans to expand the service?
We're hoping we could expand the service if we had more volunteers. At the moment it's operating, the cooks don't do it every 5 weeks. We have 2 cooks, 2 runners, 2 servers. There's about seven people altogether. Yeah. So the people who are at this end, the church end, tend to be on more often. The cooks, we've got 5 pairs of cooks, so it's once every 5 weeks. So it's not onerous, really.
So you need more volunteers.
We do.
Rob, why do you volunteer to do this? Because it's quite a commitment, isn't it?
It is, but I think it's a worthwhile cause. I won't turn away from anybody who needs help. I think it's a very, very worthwhile cause. It is nice to see the majority of them on the way out and they've got a smile on their face. And they do say, thank you very much indeed.